Hello. Hello. Welcome, everyone. We're going to wait a few minutes to see who's going to hop on today. And we are going to be a live stream for the energies of October. This is a really huge month. So we're going to go over the major astrological energies that we're experiencing. We're going to talk about the 1010 portal, which is open right now and is reaching its pinnacle energy tomorrow. We're going to touch, of course, on the full moon in Aries, which we are experiencing as we speak. So happy full moon, everyone. If you haven't checked out the full moon in Aries video, I suggest that you do so. That came out sometime last week, and there's a lot of good stuff in there. Hello and welcome. Everyone, hop in the chat when you get here and let me know that you have arrived. I wanted to do this as a live stream because I love the energy when we all get together. And there's a lot of different stuff to cover. So we're going to talk a little bit about all the different energies of October and just this overall energy. As you can see, I am wearing my Phoenix shirt today. It is a bit snug postpartum here. I had a baby, as most people know, a few months ago. So it doesn't quite fit like it used to, but I really wanted to wear it because it symbolizes the month of October and the energy of transformation, because that's what this month is all about. It is a really powerful month of transformation as we begin the process of stepping into our new shoes, so to speak, as really growing into the person that really since 2020, but this year of 2022 especially has been molding and shaping us into as we become more connected with our highest and most authentic selves. Hello, Diana. Hello, Light Codes. Hello, Tiny Moon Goddess, Kelly, Tara, Evelyn. Yes, you did. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy that everybody's here. We always know that exactly who's supposed to hop on for these, always does. But it's great to see all of you guys. And I was gonna say, if I don't notice more people when they hop on once we get going, I apologize. But of course, they're not going to see this anyway, so it's going to be a bit of a moot point. But if you guys could just be really great at, you always are welcoming everyone and each other. There's such a beautiful tribe. Hello, Mary. Such a beautiful tribe of incredible beings on here. And I love the way that we're all so connected. That's another thing I love about these lives, is the fact that that not only am I able to interact with all of you, but you guys get a chance to really interact with each other. If anyone hasn't joined the Facebook group and you would like to, I did start a Facebook group for everybody. I know some people are not so into the energy of Facebook, and I myself, I feel that as well, but it is one of the easiest tools that we have right now, and most people have it. So if you are a member of Facebook and you want to join that group, it can be a great place. The idea was for it to be a great place for people to connect. I want to find a better forum for us to be able to connect on aside from YouTube. So if anyone has any suggestions or any insight about that, I would love to hear it. No biopsy, but going through Chiron Aries, right? Yeah, there's a lot of powerful healing with that, with Chiron Aries. And this Aries full moon is conjunct Chiron. So we've got that energy coming through really powerfully. There's a lot of really powerful healing in October. There's a lot of transformation, like we said. There's been a lot that's been shifting and changing and rearranging all throughout 2022. And we're finally going to see some of those energies beginning to break through as we sort of enter this final stage of the Muggle calendar of 2022 here, and then begin moving into 2023. Yes, hello, Baymax. Happy Aries full moon and happy 1010 portal to everyone. So your Chiron return will be happening at some point here, Tara, if it has not already. That's a big energy where a huge aspect of your healing comes full circle. And the thing that came up in I believe it was the full moon video that I wanted to reference again because of its importance this month, is that understanding that the aspect of Chiron that we're looking at right now, hello, McKenna, welcome, really has to do with understanding that, yes, Chiron represents our deepest wounds, but it is the wounded healer. Right. And so it's this energy of how when we address what Chiron brings up for us, that unlocks our own healing abilities. It unlocks our ability to be that example of healing, to heal our ancestral karma, and to also step into our birthright as healers in whatever way we are using that energy to benefit the collective in this lifetime. And we're really looking right now at what it is that we are here to do as far as our own healing journey, and where it is that we fit into that greater scheme of things, Age of Aquarius energy, right? Of how it is that we came here to benefit the collective. Because everybody watching this channel, you came here not only to heal yourself and learn and grow as an individual soul, but to play a really powerful part in the healing of humanity and the upliftment of humanity. And that's what we do on here. We connect with others who are in this process, who have this similar mission. And really what we're focused on a lot of the time, because the healing of the self is so important, right? And we're always healing the self. We never finish. It is a constant journey, right? But the more we step into and embrace our own healing, the more we integrate our own shadow, the more we deconstruct these old limiting belief systems, the more of a benefit we can be both to ourselves, to the people in our lives, and to the collective as a whole. So we're very much in that journey right now. But many of us are finding that we are stepping into our role as leaders and as way showers through our own healing journey, and some of the ways that we're able to offer what we've learned to others. And we are really finding that call from spirit to offer what we've learned to others, even if we don't think we have a whole lot to offer, right? Our mind is always going to try to convince us of that. And so it's our job to remind our minds that that is simply not true, right? And to fall into our heart space and to share our light from that heart space. Hello, Mujer Phoenix. Oh, wow. We got a lot of Chiron and Aries in here, huh? I'm a Chiron and Gemini myself. So we got a lot of Chiron returns happening. Hello, Lightmaker. Feels like healer's wound and warrior's wound healing. Absolutely. Hello, Eve Wolf. Hello, Angel Energy. Oh, you guys, I love it. I love it. We're all, well, we're not all here, but we got a lot of beautiful, amazing souls present right now, lending their energy to this live stream. Hello, Ty. Yo, yeah, the 1010. It appears like I forgot about the 1010. I did not. It's just been really busy. My son is now 3 months old. There's a lot going on. I've transitioned back to work in 2 different capacities now. I am beginning to work my way through my wait list for personal clients. It's going to take some time. So I want to thank everybody who is on that wait list for your patience. And yes, if you would like to be added to the wait list, just email me. All the information is in the description box below. Hello, Solik. Yes. Oh, good stuff. Let's see. Healing my addictions. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on with that right now, I think. Because we're setting ourselves free, right? What is an addiction? It is an attachment. It is a very heavy, heavy attachment, right? An attachment that is turned toxic. And so that's a big, big energy. Many of us are finding ourselves kind of falling back into some addictive patterns in order to sort of clear those on a deeper level, right? Just a lot going on with that. So you are in good company there. But we are healing and we are breaking through and we are making progress, so much progress. Hello, Suzanne. Welcome. And so it's just important to know that and to give yourself credit. And if you do find yourself falling back into some of these old addictive patterns, to compare that to where you were with that energy in the past so that you can see that you have made progress. And a big marker of that progress is how quickly we're able to bounce back out of that energy when we feel ourselves falling into it, when we can recognize it, and then we can address it and do the things that we know to do, right? Because for many of us, we've dealt with our addictive behaviors in the past, right? So we have tools that and this goes for anything, not just addictive behaviors, right? We have the tools now. And so now it's all about using the tools. And this is part of the initiation in many ways. Is like, okay, now you have the tools in your toolbox. Are you going to use them? Are you going to reach from them when you begin to notice that there is a problem? Or are you going to allow yourself to fall deeper into that old energy? And when we make that choice to use our tools instead, that's a powerful shift in the energy and the dynamic of that with that addiction consciousness, because it is a consciousness, just like anything else. We fall into that consciousness. We pull ourselves out of that consciousness, but it's always there wanting to pull us back in. It's kind of like the 3D. It's a great analogy for the energy of the matrix, right? As that energy, it's always waiting to ensnare us. It's just now we know how to set ourselves free. And so that's what we do over and over again. This energy that we're experiencing right now is so much about setting ourselves free. It's about triumphing. It's about realizing and understanding how far we actually have come and having the courage to continue to progress. All right, let's see here. Oh, beautiful. Just quit drinking like a month and a half ago. Congratulations, Eve. That's amazing. It takes a lot of strength as somebody who dealt with addiction consciousness and was very deep in the throes of addiction for a very long time, more or less a decade of my life. I absolutely understand everything that goes into that process. My original process of recovery actually began officially on 11/11/11. That was my first day clean from all substances. And as some of you know, I have utilized ayahuasca and a couple other things on my journey in my later years. But that was 11/11/11 was when I woke up and I no longer felt the need to put substances in my body. And there was a lot that went into that. I was in 12-step fellowship for many years. I did, I went to a rehab program. I did the whole halfway house thing. I did a lot of stuff because I was very entrenched in that consciousness and that lifestyle. There was a lot more to it than just the drugs and the substances I was putting in my body. There was an addiction to everything about the culture of it. I was very much entrained in that energy. And it took a lot of deprogramming. And some of the things that I did were kind of programming in and of themselves, but it took a different kind of program to override that old program. And now I'm at a place where I'm once again doing that, overriding the programming, but I'm doing it in different ways. See, we're constantly evolving. And we can find that different things are going to help us at different times. And some of us may find that things that helped us once that we thought we outgrew may be helpful for us again for a time. There have been times where I thought about going back to 12-step recovery for a little while, at least to meetings, because I had a really beautiful community there. I have a lot of love and respect for 12-step and the things that it offers, the community it offers. But really, the understanding that I've come to around addiction is that it's about connection and purpose. When you have a connection with other human beings, you feel connected to yourself and the world around you, and you feel that sense of purpose. That's what helped keep me clean. And that's what we're all, I think, ultimately searching for, is that sense of connection and that sense of purpose. So it provided me that for a really long time. But it's use your tools, use the new tools. If you feel drawn to some of the old constructive tools that worked for you for a period, right? Maybe go back and use some of those too. Don't count anything out unless, of course, it is also toxic and not good for you. We want to try to avoid that as much as possible. But for some reason, I'm feeling called to say that some of the advice that I got in my early recovery was that if I needed to utilize a lower vibratory coping mechanism that was still better than the behavior and the energies that I was moving out of, in order to avoid using, to go ahead and do that. And sometimes I had to do that. Now, luckily, I have a lot of positive coping mechanisms. I still have some unhealthy ones, just like we all do. But we're always growing and we're always evolving. So yeah, I think it's beautiful how many people we have on here who are getting clean or getting sober right now, because there's an energy to that. Any of those energies, they really disrupt your aura. And they bring you to the vibratory level that they exist at. 9 times out of 10, I do believe it is possible for you to bring a substance or anything up to your frequency, but most of the time they bring us to the frequency that they revolve at. And many of us, as we've gone through our healing journeys, we are at naturally vibrated a higher frequency than the substance we're trying to put in our bodies. And this is true even when we look at food, anything. It's all constantly our vibration is fluctuating and is being influenced by the things that we put into our bodies, as well as, like we said, when we're talking about consumption, the things we put into our minds, into our hearts, whatever it is that we're absorbing, whatever it is that we're observing, whatever it is that we are interacting with. That's the way Spirit wants to put it. Are you interacting with these things? Then they are they are either enhancing, hindering, or maintaining our vibration. And so we want to look at how we feel before, after, and during when it is that we are consuming different things. All right, I want to look in the chat. I love how we get into one thing, but then we go on a whole different route sometimes too, with whatever wants to come through with the conversation. So that's another thing I love about these live streams. For people who hopped on specifically just to hear about the energies of October, I will go back and timestamp for you when we really fully get into those. Yeah, I'm just really excited to be here with you guys. And this is stuff that we need to talk about. This is part of the Phoenix. This is part of the transformation. Let's see. You remember what it's like to feel everything and everyone. Yeah. You definitely want to look at, learning to shield yourself. Exactly. I love that. Yeah. You're already jumping there, where you're able to be in control of that energy and the ways that you absorb that. That's when the empath becomes really powerful. When we can feel those energies, we can choose what to absorb, what not to absorb, what to transmute. That's the difference that Spirit wants to highlight. That's when the empath becomes incredibly powerful. When instead of absorbing energies, we alchemize and transmute them. That is our strength. That is our power. And there is so much that is designed in this world to keep us from stepping into that power, to make things so overwhelming that we're just in a constant state of absorption. When we are sovereign, we are no longer absorbing, right? That's when we begin to learn how to alchemize, how to transmute. And then we are really like the one of the light's greatest weapons when we learn how to do that, because all this negative energy being pumped into the collective, we can take it and we can shift it and transform it. I love that. Empaths are transformers. Oh yeah, the closer you get, the more intense it gets. Absolutely, angel energy. I think that's why they that quote, "It's always darkest before the dawn." I think that's where that comes from. Hello, beautiful Isha. Hello, King Shanes. Hello, Susie Sunshine. Positive reinforcement, I was told, is actually less bad mechanisms, not necessarily good. I like that, right? It's all about progress. Hello, Arsh Kanwar. We're actually not doing personal readings on this live stream, because if we did, it would go on forever. But if people are interested in doing that, I've thought about doing that sometime, where I just do like donation readings for people who want them. So that is something that we can definitely do in the future, but we got a lot to cover today. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get into that. However, when we do these live streams, the things that come up a lot of times are for everybody. And so there's going to be things that we touch on that may actually inadvertently answer some of the questions that you have. And like I said, if people are interested, I would love to do just like a donations-based personal card pull live session sometime. That's been on my mind for quite a bit. But I think it definitely needs its own live stream, just because, like I said, between the 1010 portal and all the other energies of October, we got our hands full here. Yes, releasing the energy of self-sabotage. That's been a huge, huge aspect. And that's where a lot of this regression comes in, Lightmaker, is that self-sabotage energy. As we start moving forward, it starts to feel dangerous. And so we begin to regress. But then just like a boomerang, we shoot ourselves forward again. Or maybe not a boomerang. The boomerang is the one that comes back. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of where you put the stones and you shoot them forward. Or we could just go with the arrow analogy. I guess that one always works, right? Good old faithful. Yes, thank you for being here, Mary. I love and appreciate you guys so much. Is it safe to say this Aries energy is about that sovereignty? That's a big part of it. That's a big part of it. Absolutely. All right. We'll definitely plan on doing that then. A live stream where we'll do like 1111 donations for readings for people, where I pull some cards for different people. And once again, when we do slingshot, yes, thank you, Tara. When we do that, a lot of times one reading for one person, like I said, actually resonates with a lot of different people, right? Because we're all in similar energies and frequencies here. Okay, let's see. We talked a little bit about the full moon in Aries, very much about that energy of sovereignty, that energy of confidence. I want to get into the 1010 portal energies because it's no coincidence. And I laughed so hard when I realized that I didn't mention the 1010 portal once in the Aries full moon video. And if you guys have trouble hearing me, just let me know. I have my water bottle in front of my mic. I don't think it really makes a big difference, but just keep me posted if the volume is not as it should be. Anyway, yeah, because of course the today is the eve of the 1010 portal. And like we said, these energies are open for much longer than just the day of the portal. And a lot of times I feel like some of the energies that come through with these portals really encompass a lot of the theme for the month. But this full moon is right in that energy, really opening up this portal for us. And when we're looking at the energies of 10, the energies of October, this 1010 portal energy, it is very much, it's the energy of the self blended with spirit, right? The 1 represents sovereignty. It represents the individual. And the 0 energy represents spirit. So we're unifying these energies together. The 1010 energy is always very much an energy of us unifying, self-unifying with spirit, where we become more integrated. We become more whole. I believe that Pete used to always say, I am my higher self. Right. And so it's that kind of an energy that we're embracing with the 1010 portal. And this 1010 portal in particular, I'm feeling is especially focusing on the energy of us being able to see ourselves through the eyes of spirit, being able to clearly see everything that we bring to the table and to have confidence in that. So really gaining that confidence in our capability, in our abilities, right? Because there is something very special and very unique in each and every single one of us, and we are meant to share that. But if we don't believe that we're good enough, if we don't believe that we're capable, we're never going to do that. And so it's really about seeing ourselves, seeing the light that we truly are, and having the courage to express that light, and really coming into a more balanced and loving view of ourselves, a more confident view of ourselves, where it is that we are, where it is that we're going. And yes, where it is that we've been, because that teaches us, right? But not getting stuck in the past, being able to view the past. Yes, Suzanne, I'm sure. Yeah, he does still say that. Not being stuck in the past, being able to view the past. You truly know that you have healed a wound from the past when you can revisit it. And by revisit, I mean look back at it, think back on it. And it doesn't evoke a response from you anymore. It no longer triggers you. You no longer have a physiological or a mental, emotional reaction to that energy. That's when we know that we've truly healed a wound. And so, yes, especially with that full moon opening up. Yes, thank you, Tara, for that great reminder. The likes are much appreciated. This full moon is really opening up that energy, that healing around these energies, and showing us any of these wounds that have healed or are ready to be healed, to be completed. Let's see, what else do we want to say? I had some other stuff come through about the 1010 portal that I wanted to read for you guys. And then we're going to go over all of the powerful astrology and energies, aside from the full moon and the 1010 portal, that we're going to be experiencing as we move through the month of October. And so what came through around the 1010 portal was that a new dimension of sight was opening up for us. I also received the information that we are rewriting the binary code during this portal, and a new reality is coming forth in a much more noticeable way. We will notice by how colors look different. Rainbows will be everywhere. And I have noticed this. I think a lot of us have noticed this. So I thought it was really interesting that the energy with the rainbows came through. Like a film that we can step through to enter a new dimension. Many will be able to align with this new dimension of reality and spend a good amount of time there. This is achieved through staying present in the heart. Don't let your mind push you back out. And the other information that I got was when the colors start looking really beautiful and you start noticing the rainbows and they look very ethereal, right? That's the thing. That's how they really are. It's like the rainbow bridge, right? And so we notice these beautiful ethereal rainbow colors and all of these bright, vivid colors. When we drop into our heart space and become fully present in that energy with these colors, we move into that frequency, and that helps us to be rooted in this. Some people say fourth dimension, fifth dimension, whatever you want to call it, in this new reality and this aspect of consciousness. And when we come into alignment with this new frequency and we remain present in it for longer and longer periods of time, what it's doing is helping really anchor that new frequency in the planet and make it more accessible so that other people can access it more readily as well. So we're doing something really powerful when we allow ourselves to stay present in that energy. By staying present in the heart, as soon as we get into the head, it snaps us out. All right. So we want to try to stay in the heart as much as possible and just how do you stay in the heart? I feel like some people are asking that. By being present. That's what Spirit's saying. You stay in your heart by being present. As soon as you move into the mind, you're no longer present. All right. So be present in the heart. And this energy, when we're able to access it and tap into it, it actually, the way that I was shown or kind of related to this energy is it's charging us. It's like when you put your phone on the charger or whatever, this energy is charging us. It's supporting our body systems in their evolution. It's supporting our energy bodies and continuing to grow and expand, because there's a lot of expansion happening this month. And through the last, and I wanted to say the second half, but we're more than halfway through the tail end of 2022, a lot shifting and changing on a molecular level, on an energetic vibratory level. And so this energy is going to assist us with that, tapping into this energy, staying present in this energy, playing in this energy. Spirit wants us to play. Let's see. And something else that came through was that we are going to notice our gifts are going to be much more active when we're in this energy. And telepathy especially was brought forward. And Spirit wanted to emphasize or help us to understand that telepathy it's not necessarily like, it's not something that happens with words. It's when we're able to connect with one another on a level beyond words. I just know it's like you're transmitting something to me and I'm not receiving it in words. I'm receiving it as an entire concept or an idea, and I'm vibrating with that energy. All right. It's like we are constantly transmitting. We're not talking. Telepathy isn't talking. It's transmitting energy, frequencies, concepts. I think you guys understand what I'm saying. So we're going to feel that especially heightening, but we're going to experience all of our clear senses heightening, a lot of gifts coming through, new gifts or old gifts really that we are experiencing perhaps for the first time in this lifetime. And so feed those, fuel those when you start seeing them beginning to evolve. Nurture them. That's the word that we want to use here. Nurture those gifts. Oh, the solar rays are so powerful. So incredibly powerful. Oh, Eve, your son's name is Liam too. That's beautiful. Oh, I love it. 10-11. Yeah, that's a powerful day. And remember, the ones, the twos, and the zeros, you guys, there is still powerful upgrades happening. When we talked about the binary code and the recoding of the matrix, we've been talking about this for a while. This has been going on in earnest since 2020. And so when we see these repeating ones, twos, and zeros, we really know that coding is, that recoding rather, is well underway. Yeah. When I was looking into the energies of our gifts, how we feel our gifts especially activated when we're in this rainbow energy, when we're in this fifth dimensional energy, what came to me, or what I compared it to, is it's almost going to feel like an acid trip for those of you who have partaken in LSD or something like that. But it's like it's happened. We don't need that anymore, right? We are making that connection ourselves. we are just naturally vibrating in that energy. Hello, Cookies Mama. Oh, your daughter's birthday is on 10/10. That's beautiful. We got some powerful beings who were born right around in these energies here, these 10/10 energies. I love it. All right, let's see. Spirit wanted us to make sure that we stay hydrated during this portal, during the month of October, and do things that reduce oxidative stress. And so we can look those up. I was going to look up some specifics around that, but the energy of reducing oxidative stress came out, because remember, there's a lot that's shifting and changing, and so we want to be. It's like eating superfoods and antioxidants. Antioxidants are going to be really important. So just really looking into all of that, anything that lends to the detoxification and the hydration. No, LSD shrooms are fine. See, I don't partake in any of that stuff anymore. As I said, I have utilized ayahuasca in the past. I don't know if I will be called to Aya again at some point in the future. I may be, but I haven't been since I went to Costa Rica back in, I think it was like 2018 that I went there. I'm not so good with years and time, as many of us aren't. I've attempted, but it just hasn't. The energies of that have not resonated. I really like being in control. It's that control aspect. I like being in control of my mind and where it's going. And I prefer to meditate and to make these connections. Like, none of that stuff is necessary. It can be really helpful sometimes. And a lot of people find some great clarity with that. A lot of people do. There's a huge resurgence of that right now, and I have incredible respect for that. But for me personally, I don't find that it's necessary, and there's just something about it that makes me uneasy now. So I don't necessarily partake, but I definitely know a lot of people that find a lot of powerful energy with that. The reason that in my analogy, when I was reading that, I likened it more to an acid trip, was I always felt with LSD, the connection to my spiritual self and the way that I felt aligned with source. I mean, perhaps I had a moment on ayahuasca that was similar, but I haven't quite experienced that with any other psychoactive substance that I've tried. It's just now it's just if I were going to go that route, I would go the more natural route. That is a man-made chemical. And so I definitely stay away from any man-made chemicals like that. Now I try to keep it as natural as possible. And the most natural way that I found is meditation. And Spirit's laughing at me right now because I made the commitment to meditate more. My star family has begun reaching out to me, and they really want me to meditate and connect with them. I had some new gifts coming through, and they started coming through with some other energies that made me very wary. And so I shut that down a little bit. And so I opened that door back up. But I made the commitment to meditate and provide time and space for my team and the other benevolent beings to come through. And I haven't been doing that. So Spirit's like, remember, it's like, it's that great energy when I come on here and I deliver these messages to you guys, and I'm like, oh shit, I got to do that too. It's a great reminder. That's another reason why I love you guys, and I love this tribe so much and everything we do on here. Spinning, dizziness, vertigo, Susie Sunshine. Yeah, that is a common experience for a lot of people. I had a random tooth pain as a random ascension symptom. I actually went to the dentist and got checked out, and my tooth is totally fine. But that was it was like a reminiscent, like a ghost pain almost. So that was a weird ascension symptom that I experienced recently. Oh yeah, microdosing helps a lot of people. A lot of people find incredible benefit from that, Diana. Absolutely. I think that it's really beautiful how we're kind of reclaiming a lot of these substances and using them really in the ways that they were intended, which is really beautiful. Because as far as all these natural substances go, right? Like Gaia put them here for our use. Right? They would not exist if there were not a reason for it. Just like anything, she gives us everything that we need. And I guess one one could argue that the idea of how to synthesize these other chemicals was planted by spirit, and so it's still a way of spirit giving us what we need. But yeah, I don't know. In my mind, natural is always best. Yeah, you're feeling that too with the nerve stuff, light maker. That was really, I had a root canal on the tooth in that side of the mouth where I was feeling that pain kicking up. So I was like, oh God, please. But then I read that it was an ascension symptom, but we never want to just take that. We always want to go get stuff checked out if we are concerned, because the last thing we want is to assume it's an ascension symptom and then to have that bite us in the ass later when it turns out that it was something that needed actual medical attention. So we always want to, I like to err on the side of safety when it comes to that, especially when it comes to my teeth. I'm going for the cards right now, which is interesting. We got a lot more energies to talk about, but I'm going to keep those right there because the Starseer's Tarot wants to be used when we get into the cards here. But let's go over some more of the energies that we are going to be experiencing in October. This is an action-packed month, you guys. The pineal gland can do all that. Exactly, McKenna. That is what that gland is for. So if we work on decalcifying our pineal gland, we don't really have to worry about anything else. All right. And there's a lot of great information on that and how to do that. A lot of different, some of it's conflicting information, but you can find a lot of information out there. And just find what resonates with you. But decalcifying the pineal gland is, of course. And there's a lot of physical stuff that we can do. But a woman that I worked with a little bit at one point, when I was talking to her about it, she said, if I want to activate my pineal gland, all I have to do is think about it and have that intention. And there are a lot of different binaural beats, meditations, and stuff like that on YouTube that help to assist with the opening of the pineal gland. Autumn moon, yes. First embryo transfer tomorrow. Oh, good luck. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. All right. So we have had, right? We had that powerful full moon yesterday. Backtracking even before that, actually, we had Mercury who went direct on the first second. All right, kicking off the month with that. We got a lot of planets going direct. This is basically going to be a giant list of planets going direct and a few other things. So that's why we're feeling so much intensity and so much movement this month, because of the direct nature of the planets. So we had Mercury direct on the 1st or 2nd of October. Pluto went direct yesterday as we're filming this on the 8th of October. Then we had that full moon in Aries that we are experiencing right now. We got that 1010 portal. And today on the 1010 portal, Mercury will be re-entering the sign of Libra. So went retrograde from Libra into Virgo, has now moved through Virgo and is back in Libra again, re-entering. So there's a lot of powerful Libra energy that we are working with this month. And we're going to get to that in just a second. Saturn. Oh, actually, we're going to get to it right now because it's all happening the same day. The 22nd is going to be a big day, you guys. So mark that day in your calendars, not only because of what I'm about to go over as far as the astrological energies, but also because remember, we talked about that binary coding and this being a 22 year, right? 2022. So 1022, 2022 is a powerful energetic gateway simply because of the energy of those numbers. And if you guys missed the video, I did a whole video on the 2 year and this incredible stretch of time where we've been working with this energy of the 2. And so I'm not sure what playlist that would be in, but we talked about the energy. We talked about it in the 2/2/2022 video. I think the 2/22/2022 video, talking about this evolution of energy. And I forget how long we've been in this energy. It was a long time where we opened up this gateway of energy. I believe it was like in the year 2000. So that's a big cycle that we're closing out. So that 2 energy, when we experience that, really, really big. But on 10/22/2022, we have Saturn going direct, and we also have a Venus star point activated. And I want to do a separate video for you guys on the Venus star point. It's an energy that was brought up to me and it's been coming up and I've been looking into it more. I wasn't super familiar with it, but I've been educating myself more and learning more about it. And so the Venus star point, this is Venus as she moves, as she makes her cycles. Her orbit looks like a 5-pointed star. So she hits all these points and she traces back over these points over a period of 8 years. One of her cycles takes 8 years to complete. And she creates what looks like a star or a flower. Some people call it a flower, some people call it a star. And these points are, they happen when she comes into conjunction with the sun. So it's like her dance with the sun. And so she's hitting one of these star points at 29 degrees of Libra on October 22nd. And this is going to be the first time we've had a Venus star point in Libra in a very long time. And so this 8-year dance that she does, hitting these points, is considered like a full evolutionary journey with her energy that we're experiencing. And it can be interesting to find out where where Venus was at in her journey when you were born as well, because that can tell you about some of your soul's self-love journey, because this energy is all about love in so many ways. And as she hits this Venus star point at 29 degrees of Libra, this energy, it's an interesting energy, because Libra is the energy that represents partnership, right? And Libra is ruled by Venus. So this energy is especially potent. It's also at 29 degrees, which is what we call an anaretic degree. It's a really, really powerful, intense degree. And it denotes a huge cycle of energy that's closing out, and really a critical point in our journey with that energy. So that makes it especially powerful. The fact that it's in one of Libra or Venus's ruled signs, and it's at that 29 degree point. But it's fascinating, because Venus, as she makes these connections with the sun, creating the star, she transforms from what they call a morning star into an evening star. And so right now, Venus is shifting from a morning star, which is where she was when she created her first star point this year in January in Capricorn, to an evening star. And as she shifts into the evening star energy, this is more of an internal journey. It's a journey of self-love and self-nurturance. And yet it's happening in Libra, which is the sign of partnership and the sign that oftentimes represents the other, and how we learn about ourselves through the other. So once again, we see that balance, that need to balance the self and the other, right? The self-care. And the way that what this feels like to me is that this Venus star point and this particular journey, which is going until in 2023, I want to say it's like May or June 2023, Venus hits her next star point. This journey is really about how we can learn to become full within ourselves, so we can then assist others, so that we can then love others from a deeper place, from a more genuine place, from a place that isn't about need and attachment, right? From a place of pure love. All right. Hello, Carla. I saw you hop on there. Hello, Pippi. All right. Hello, Heart Rhythm Healing. A Tuesday. Yeah, it was on a Tuesday. That was what made it even better. As my friend Heidi would say, you can't make this shift up. All right. So we have that Venus star point energy, which is very, very powerful. Really shifting that focus to how it is that we can nurture ourselves to then show up in relationship. What it is that we can learn about our interactions and relationships with others in order to that then can assist us in a deeper level of personal nurturing, where it is that there is more that we need to learn to embrace about ourselves, where it is that we are at in our own journey of self-love and self-appreciation. This energy is all, those Libra energies are all about balance, right? Finding that balance, finding that harmony, finding that sweet spot is what it feels like. Finding that sweet spot between how we nurture ourselves and how we nurture others. Something else that was interesting about this particular Venus star point is that it's happening conjunct a fixed star. And I'm trying to find the article that I found, and I'm going to link this if you guys want to learn a little bit more. Because I do have the intention to put out that video, but with the baby and everything, sometimes it takes a little while. So I can never say exactly when these things are going to happen. But if you want to learn more about the Venus star point, I did find one article that I really liked that was very straightforward. That really laid it out for us. And it laid out this particular cycle of the Venus star point that we're in right now. And so she calls the 5 different points the 5 petals. We're completing the second petal of this journey. This particular Venus star journey began on June 2020, and it will complete in June 2028. That's when the 5th petal will be completed. And each petal has 2 points. All right. A retrograde point and a direct point. So Venus moving forward, moving backward. It's really, I mean, she is so, if you look this up, it looks like sacred geometry. All right. It is so beautiful. And this is our own journey of self-love that we are embarking on right now. So we're in the second half of the second petal or second point here. The first one was in January, as we said, in Capricorn, I believe. And now we have this one in Libra. And the Venus star points have been in Scorpio for quite a while. Many of the points have been made in the sign of Scorpio. So we're shifting we're shifting into that Libra energy now. We shifted into the Capricorn and now the Libra energy here. And so this second petal is all about moving deeper into the lessons of this particular cycle. And it says here that we may begin intuiting or beginning to understand more of the journey. So more is becoming clear. And if you are so interested, look up when the Sun and Venus were conjunct in June 2020. And that's going to show you where this cycle began for you. And just kind of see what you've been going through when it comes to these themes of understanding the self, of self-love, self-expression, relationships, all of these energy. Venus represents for many finances and abundance too. So there's an energy of that as well. And then kind of begin to trace that through. So June 2020, we had another one, March 2021, January 2022, and then October 2022. And the next Venus star point that we're going to hit is, I said June, it's August 2023. And that is when Venus will be retrograding again. So yeah, it's really interesting, this Venus star point stuff. And that's going to be just a powerful energy that we're feeling and experiencing, especially on the same day that Saturn goes direct. All right. With that 29 degree, that anaretic degree, and Saturn going direct on this exact day, and the power of the 10/22/2022 energy. This is going to be a big, big energy that's really asking us to take responsibility for our self-love journey, to take responsibility for the role that we play in relationships, in the relationship with ourselves and the relationships with others, to really be proactive in our lives around these Venusian energies, and to make the shifts and the changes that are being called. What cycle is trying to complete in your life, especially since 2020, right? But it's probably a cycle that many of us experienced many times, right? Many lifetimes. What cycle has been trying to complete, and are you ready to complete it? This is a pivotal point in that journey as we hit this 29 degree of Libra mark. And then I apologize if I'm getting too loud. I know that on on TikTok, I posted a couple of videos before, and I get so excited and adamant when I'm talking. Sometimes I remember a couple people, they commented and they said, I feel like you're yelling at me. And I'm like, well, this is important. But oh, it is what it is. It is what it is. At least I don't have to worry that you guys aren't hearing me, right? Oh, I love it. Yeah. You can't make this shift up. My friend Heidi Drake, she has a channel with my old mentor, Glenn Jones. Heidi's Healing Heart is her business, her baby. But it's Glenn and Heidi's Healing Heart, I believe, is the name of their YouTube channel. And they've kind of come together to form this dynamic duo of energy. It's a really great, the two of them together really shows what can happen when two very aligned, integrated, awakened and aware souls, very healed souls come together, and the powerhouse of energy that can be. And so they are Glenn and Heidi's Healing Heart, and they are absolutely beautiful. I don't think they're currently being called to do a ton with their YouTube channel, but it exists, and I would still go subscribe and follow it, because when they do start getting active on there, it's going to be some really amazing stuff, because they're both incredible people. And yeah, you can't make this shift up. It is such a beautiful, I find myself using it all the time, and I always like to give her credit when I do. And so if you guys are watching, love you both. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Indigo Spirit. Oh, yes. Perfect. You got a nap and you're all rested up and ready. Oh, I love you guys too. So getting back to all of this, the Venus star point happens when the sun is conjunct Venus. So the star point hits at 29 degrees of Libra, but then Venus and the sun move into Scorpio together, still conjunct. So we're going to feel that conjunction continuing, and we're going to feel the energy of that conjunction. And really that star point, as it shifts from the Libra into the Scorpio type energies, we're going to be feeling her as both, which is going to be a really intense, really powerful, and really beautiful. And then we're going to have a Venus and Scorpio transit. And we know when Venus hits Scorpio, it gets intense, right? Venus and Scorpio, we want to make sure that our shadow side does not come out. This is where like the some of our lower vibratory energies and relationships can show themselves if we're not careful. But it's also where we get really deep, really intense, and really connected and passionate. And there's a level of, it's like no bullshit when Venus is in Scorpio, right? We want to connect on a visceral level with each other. We really want to get down to the meat of things. It's not about anything shallow. We're wanting to go deep. So there's a deep dive, and there's a possibility for very deep connection. We just want to avoid some of those more obsessive energies that can, that shadow side. Do we want to avoid it? I guess we don't really want to avoid it, right? We want to dive into it and see what's underneath there, right? But we want to avoid acting out on some of those behaviors when our shadow side gets triggered. Your Venus is in Scorpio. And so you are undoubtedly a very intense and passionate individual when it comes to love, when it comes to the way you share your heart. But remember, Venus and Scorpio does not share their heart with just anyone. You have to earn that. And so once again, we come into that energy, which we're constantly being asked to do, of evaluating who is worthy of our time, energy, and love. And this isn't to say that every person on this earth is not worthy of love, because of course we all are. But my personal investment and my personal energy, not everybody is worthy of that. Those who treat me the way that I deserve to be treated are worthy of that. Those who reciprocate that energy are worthy of that, right? These are the things. Those people who just drink from our well and are happy to drink from our well, from our cup until it runs dry. Those are the kinds of people, when we say who is worthy of my energy, that's what we're talking about. Those people need to go. They need to not be we cannot have that energy. We cannot have energetic vampires hanging around right now. We wish them well and send them on their way. All right. We wish them well. We perhaps, if we feel so called to, give them some tools so that they can connect to source. Because remember, anybody who is what we call like an energy vampire, they're feeding off of our energy, often unconsciously, because they don't know how to feed off of spiritual energy. They don't know how to do it. They don't understand. And so sometimes that helping hand can be good, but we want to try to, we don't want to continue to fall into those traps of being heavily invested and involved with people who drain our energy. All right. Sun 29 in Libra, Venus in Scorpio. Yeah. Boom. Right there. Yep. Sun at 29 degrees of Libra. So this Libra energy is something that you are really, really, autumn moon, learning to perfect in this lifetime. I have a 29 degree placement too. My north node is actually 29 degrees of Aries. So that's a big energy that you came here to complete learning in this lifetime. And the Venus in Scorpio. And because your sun is at 29 degrees of Libra, this Venus star point, I may be pointing out the obvious here, but I just have to reiterate it, is going to be happening conjunct your natal sun. So that's going to be big for you. Really big. And this whole Venus cycle has probably been big for you. Acknowledge, understand, accept, love, and integrate my shadow ego self to the best of my ability. Absolutely, heart rhythm healing. That's what we're here to do. Okay, so what else do we have going on here? Of course, Scorpio season beginning as the sun moves into Scorpio as well. So we got that for the second half of this month. We have All Hallows Eve, but I am skipping ahead. We also have the new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio on the 25th. So lots of Scorpio energy this month. Of course, really digging that Scorpio energy. Really just sinking our teeth into that. Right? We're going to be really deep in this. We're talking about the healing and the integration of the shadow. We've talked about, and anyone who is interested, we may want to do a refresher of looking at the eclipse videos from earlier this year, because we had both of the earlier eclipses along the Taurus Scorpio axis. We have these two closing eclipses for this year along the axis, and we have another set in 2023. So this has been a huge energy. We also have the nodes, the North Node in Taurus, the South Node in Scorpio right now. So we've been working along this axis of energy for a really long time. This has been a big highlight of 2022, which is all about learning to be present, right? That's that Taurian energy. Integrating the shadow. This is the axis that I like to call the axis of enlightenment, because we are mastering the physical world, the physical reality with that Taurus energy. We are mastering the emotional world and also the mental, because Scorpio is a very mental energy, even though it is a water sign, right? It is ruled by Pluto. Pluto is all about mind energy as well, and really the overcoming and mastering of the mind. And that shadow energy, right? Integrating that shadow. As we do all of these things and we learn how to be fully anchored in this present moment, this is when we achieve that energy of enlightenment. So it's big energies that we're working with this Taurus Scorpio axis. And we're going to be revisiting these eclipses from earlier in the year. And of course, we won't really fully complete this cycle of eclipses until the first half of 2023. However, this is like the midway check-in point. And I am, of course, going to do my best to get a video out on that eclipse before it happens. And I did notice that, Jamie, what did you say here? Your North Node is 29 Libra, South 29 Aries. Oh, that's so funny. So we're flip-flopped. We're like perfect complements when it comes to that, the energy of purpose. Oh, I love that. I think that explains a lot of why our energy vibes so well together. That's really beautiful. That's crazy. All right. I don't know how we get rid of these bots in the chat. I think it's a compliment maybe that there's bots in the chat now. I don't know. Just ignore them as you've been doing. You guys are amazing. You're really good like that. We focus on what we want to see, right? We focus on what's important. And everything else we allow to filter right out of our consciousness. So on the 27th, Jupiter will re-enter Pisces. And remember, Jupiter retrograded, went direct, now is re-entering Pisces. All right, so this is a powerful energy as we're continuing to clear out more of these Piscean energies, more of these old age of Pisces energies. And there's a whole video. We got a couple videos on that, so we're not going to go deep into that energy right now. But that is, as we move into the age of Aquarius, we're clearing out the age of Pisces. We're taking the higher vibratory energies of that age, and we're leaving the lower vibratory energies. And this is what paves the way for the age of Aquarius to fully anchor in and take root we're kind of in between. We got one foot in both age right now. And so as Jupiter re-enters Pisces, we're feeling more of that deep clearing. When we had that conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune in the sign of Pisces, there was a huge clearing of that energy and activation of our higher spiritual selves. So we're feeling more of those beautiful mystical energies again. And then October 30th, right before Halloween, All Hallows Eve. I believe some also, do they call it All Saints Day? Is that the same thing? I don't know, but All Hallows Eve, you know what we're talking about here. The Day of the Dead, I do believe, is that, actually, somebody correct me on this, is the Day of the Dead November 1st? It's all intertwined anyway, those energies. The veil is very thin during those energies. So the day before we experience that, we have Mars going retrograde. And that's going to take us through, I believe, the rest of the year. So that's going to be really powerful. We are going to have a separate video on that. Mars is going retrograde in Gemini. So this is going to be a lot of mind energy, you guys, even though this is the action planet. Gemini is the mind sign ruled by Mercury. So it's our minds may be going in overdrive while our bodies are wanting to slow down. It's going to be interesting. I hate to say it, but Molly McCord, who I follow, I've plugged her to you guys before. She's amazing. I share her videos sometimes. Amazing intuitive astrologer. She likened it to a extra long Mercury retrograde. So just take that with a grain of sand. Know that Mars retrograde is a powerful time, and it is a time of integration and recalibration. There's a lot of energy that we've received throughout 2022, especially in this month of October with all of this action going on. That Mars retrograde in Gemini is really going to help us to integrate, and to integrate on a mind level as well, because we've been integrating a lot in our bodies, and it's like bringing that mind-heart coherence. And like I said, we'll get more into that as that approaches more. Right? I know. I love it, Jamie. Saturn moving into Pisces beginning next year. It will be big. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Saturn and Pisces. I feel like that's like Mars and Pisces. Like, I don't know how Saturn feels in the sign of Pisces. It's like, all right, we need to get some stuff done. Or do we want to dream? But I feel like that's going to be really powerful as far as like the integration of the spirit into the physical. All Saints Day is November 1st. Thank you, Heart Rhythm Healing. Hello, beautiful Nikki. Hello. Yes, thank you for the reminder again about liking the live stream. You are so amazing. I'm so glad you're able to join us, Nikki. North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra. I feel like we're being prepared for Jupiter, Chiron's full moon. Oh, yeah. Always preparation. November 2, November 1st, Day of the Dead. We got a couple. Yeah, I think it goes on. Doesn't it go on for a couple days? But it is linked, and that's sort of where Halloween, part of where Halloween came from, is that energy. It's there's pagan energy there. There's Day of the Dead. It's a powerful time. We're just going to put it that way. It's a powerful time. Being born with Mars in retrograde, you'll feel more comfortable. Absolutely. Yeah, I would say that I would agree with Jamie there, Tara. If your Mars is natally retrograde, it's probably going to feel really good to you, because that is the natural energy that your Mars operates in. So we've been going for an hour already, you guys. That's wild. I can't believe it. I know Molly McCord's amazing. And there are so many things that she says that link up with my own intuition. So I really love it because it's that beautiful confirmation, and it really shows that we're all plugged into the same energies. The Starseers Tarot did jump out at me, so I am going to pull clear. Give us a couple cards. Give us a storyline. Give us something for these October energies here, Spirit. We can't have a live stream without at least pulling a few cards. You know. We really, really can't. And I love you guys so much. And I'm so grateful for you for being with me on this journey as well. Like, for those who don't know, I essentially learned to read the tarot on YouTube. I started with my original channel, and some of the people on here have been with me since my original channel that I started with my friend Kayla. It was called Intuitive Insights with Kayla and Kassia. And, essentially, I had taught myself the meanings of the cards and stuff, but I hadn't really read tarot until I started doing that YouTube channel. And so you guys have been through this powerful, especially those of you who've been here since the beginning, that incredibly powerful just process. And it's so special to me. Like, you guys are so special to me. And just it's so beautiful to have this incredible tribe of brilliant souls who I've been exploring my Dharma and exploring my path with, from day one, really. All right. That appreciation for you all just wanted to come out here. So we have the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Wands coming out here. So lots of wands energy, and right away we understand, right, this is fiery energy, this is spirit, this is passion. So I feel like there's this energy of walking away, like she's leaving a situation, right? But in this card, you can see that she has her bags fully packed. All right, so first of all, what this is telling us is that this is not a surprise. She's known that she was leaving for quite some time, and she's finally ready to go. And she's taking with her what she can carry, no more, no less. All right, she knows exactly what she needs for her journey. She's been preparing for it, and now she's ready to go. And she is guarding her peace very carefully. And I'm saying she because there are feminine energies on these cards, but don't take that as, whatever. It's just, it's how I'm referring to the energies here that we're reading, right? She guards her peace of mind very carefully. She is moving on from situations where her spirit was stifled, either by herself or by others. And she's very careful and very cautious of who she allows into her space, just like we were talking about. It's like when you have experienced intense chaos and you have found your peace, you don't give that up so freely and so easily. All right. And that's what this energy is saying here. That's what I'm feeling from this energy. Like we've learned the lessons from the past have taught us and made us strong, but we're not trying to repeat those same lessons again. Oh, thank you, Heart Rhythm Healing. Thank you, all of you guys. I love you so much. I love everyone has found this tribe at the perfect time. And I really look forward to our tribe continuing to grow. And it's just like, I have so much appreciation for each and every single one of you. But it is, what is that? Your peace is too high of a price to pay. Exactly. Exactly. So really protecting our peace. Moving on. For some people, it's like if you've been thinking about leaving a situation for a long time, of making a change, and you've been kind of like, you've had to prepare for it, whether that's mentally, whether that's physically, whatever it is, this month in October, you are finally ready to make that move. The timing has come. And for some people, it's like you've moved on and left a situation, and now there may be situations coming in October where you have to stand your ground and protect your peace. Let's get some more energy on this. Got the Ace of Swords, breakthrough. This is clarity, right? A whole new level of clarity that's evolving here. And the raven or the crow in this picture is really standing out to me. But once again, look how peaceful she looks. Peaceful and powerful, right? That's that confidence that we're talking about. These are also, this card always represents downloads and light codes to me. And we are going to be receiving a lot of those. Oh yes, Nadia Shah, another amazing astrologer. Very grateful to her and the part she's played in my journey. Yeah. And we're going to have to decide, each and every one of us, right? What is this month calling us to do? Is it calling us to step up and protect our peace? Or is it calling us to finally let somebody in? It's going to be different for each and every single one of us. But yes, exactly. She's very calm, Heart Rhythm Healing. She's very confident and calm in her mental body. She's projecting her mental energy. You see this energy? Oftentimes I feel like it's coming in. This feels like it's going out to me. So it's like us really getting practiced in the way that we utilize our mental energy for our highest and best good in order to create, in order to manifest. And we're really using that energy in a highly intentioned way. It's not haphazard anymore. When we allow ourselves to protect your peace and let somebody in, that's the balance. Beautiful indigo spirit. Exactly. I love that. All right. But it's this energy. Where were we going with that? Hold on. When our mind is constantly on the hamster wheel, that's when our mental energy, that's what I mean by haphazard mental energy. We're just allowing our mind to get stuck in these loops, and we're completely taken out of being present, right? If you're in your mind, you are not present. So we're not present, and our mind is running amok, and it's just creating randomly. All right. So this is like focused mental energy. This is a new cycle of confidence and a deeper sense of mental mastery. And I feel like part of what's allowed this for a lot of people is this energy of protecting our peace, protecting our space, protecting our mental space, right? Where we no longer let people in who want to play with our minds, right? Who want to present a false front. Many of us have experienced situations in the past, right, where there were people who attempted to manipulate us, right? This is kind of like the initiation process of the empath, to manipulate our energy, to manipulate our minds. And we're freeing ourselves of all of that. I mean, Christ, society itself does that, right? The energy of this matrix that we're breaking out of, this three-dimensional construct, it's all about that energy of warping our perception and presenting something. It's like seeing through that. We're finally seeing through that illusion, and we've protected our mental space against all of that. We haven't allowed people to do that to us, or society, or any of these constructs to do that for a really long time. And this has allowed us, we've really taken that, we've become disciplined with this in protecting our peace, in taking this time to get quiet, to be present, to be focused. And now we're able to really create with our minds in a way that we hadn't been before. And be very, like we said, intentional with our mental energy. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles coming out here. Something that we're manifesting or wanting to create coming into form. Tell me more about this Knight of Pentacles. Death card wanting to pop out there. There's that Scorpio energy. Yeah, we're going to take that, actually. And underneath that, we got the Two of Cups, interestingly enough. So there is this powerful death and rebirth happening. And it's been a slow process, right? The Knight of Pentacles is slow moving. It's been slow and steady. That's what Spirit wants to remind us of. Slow and steady wins the race. It's been a progression. And it's really interesting. I'm looking at this card right now, and that phrase, like, you can lead a horse to water, is standing out to me for some reason. Tell me some more here. But you know what else is standing out to me is the fact that it always looks like when I see this card, like he's walking away from the pentacles, or like they're just trailing behind him, right? And so for some people, I feel like in order to protect your peace, you may have had to walk away from something or someone. And there may have been for you a sense of leaving behind support in some way, whether it was like you had to walk away from a situation that was supporting you financially, or providing some sort of stability and security that you thought you needed. And you had to leave that behind in order to become secure and stable within your own mental body and within your own self. Or some people, it's like a job perhaps, or something in the physical world was not resonating with you anymore and was causing you more stress and worry than peace. So you had to leave it behind. And that's part of this transformation, is realizing what's really worth your time and energy. Like we talked about, what's worth the investment. But it's also like, the thing about this Knight of Pentacles is like, he's not even stressing it. These pentacles, they just follow him wherever he goes. They're just littered behind him. He's always going to have what he needs, and he knows it. There's no stress whatsoever. He's barefoot. He's just walking through the grass, right? Grounding, earthing, feeling Mother Earth beneath his feet, feeling that support. So Spirit's saying, as you have these powerful mental breakthroughs, remember to keep yourself grounded, to keep yourself supported. Right? This horse is just following him in complete faith and trust. So there's this energy of faith and trust in your path. And moving out of knowing that if you are moving closer toward your heart and soul's desire, then even if you don't recognize or see where the support's coming from, there is support. You will be supported. You will end up somewhere better than the place that you left. Remind you of orbs, Tara. I love that. Perfect, Susie Sunshine. That's a powerful reset right there. Solik, yes, I love that. You can't even see them if you don't want to, the bots, because you're that powerful. Amen. Releasing all the stuff that was loading him down. Exactly. And that's why he looks so carefree and happy, right? There's a powerful rebirth in that. There's a powerful freedom in that, right? And we have the Five of Cups with the Hermit here. So this is that period of going within. For many of us, it's like what we're realizing in the month of October is the things that we thought we lost, actually, like we just said, they freed us. It's like we had to lose things. We had to have things removed. We had to go through whatever painful, I'm feeling Three of Swords energy right here too, right? Whatever heartbreak, whatever painful circumstance to push us into this next level of evolution spiritually, to force us to go within. This Hermit card here in particular is reminding me of my friend Tommy just went on a vision quest, and he was up on top of a mountain for 5 days fasting. That's what that's reminding me of, right? It's like, and when we were talking about the energy of this, I said to him, we all have our own mountains to climb, right? So some of us, it's a literal mountain. Some of us, it's a metaphorical mountain, but we all climb our mountains. And so what is your mountain? What mountain have you climbed this year? Where has Spirit forced you to go within? What has Spirit removed in order to get you to grow or to clear your path for bigger and better things? And where is it that you might have found yourself stuck in this energy of the Five of Cups? We often call it like crying over spilled milk, right? This energy of self-pity, or this energy of whatever it is, however it is that we're feeling sorry for ourselves, or we're what's the word that I want to use here? Indulging in our misery to a point that becomes unhealthy. For many of us, we may have spent part of 2022 in this energy. I know that I did. But whatever hardships we faced this year, they facilitated great growth. They pushed us within, and there was victim mode. Exactly. There was an awakening that happened as a result of this. That's where this energy comes in, right? For some people, it was literally somebody walking away, or you having to walk away. Knight of Swords inverted, right? This is the Knight of Swords upright is all about action, right? There's movement. This guy is aggressive. He moves quickly towards what he wants. Here, not so much movement, right? Retrograde season. Chasing, right? In this car, he's chasing this motorcycle. This year, we learned to stop chasing. We learned to let things go to us. We learned how to step into our feminine, into this quiet space. How to be present in our heart space. How to be present where we were instead of trying to get somewhere else. Got the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck, healing, right? Anything else here before we pull a closing card? Divorce, yeah, this definitely, divorce is definitely an energy here. That definitely resonates. Ooh, and now we got the Three of Wands with the Knight of Cups coming out. And the Star on the bottom of the deck. Star and the Page of Cups. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. So for those who have been waiting on love or romance, I definitely do feel like there is energy for that on the horizon. If that was a wish that you made. Give me one more card on that energy. I feel like somebody has a secret admirer. I feel like that's another energy coming through. Somebody's got a secret admirer. Maybe somebody who's been watching you go through everything that you've been going through. Two of Wands now. And is inspired by you. Somebody's been really wishing on a star here. Setting some really powerful intentions. Yeah. I feel like for somebody here, it's like there's somebody that everybody wants, but they only have eyes for you. Yeah, I feel like there's it's like this energy of, because look at all these different women here in these pictures, right? All looking out, setting intentions, desiring something. And then we got this guy just looking straight at you. Right? Yeah, there's definitely this energy of like somebody who, if they're not a player, they're just really admired by a lot of people. But I feel like I feel like they have their sights on somebody. And I feel like that person is whoever this is for. It's like the viewer. They have eyes for the viewer, for whoever this is resonating with. For the Queen of Swords. They have eyes for the one who doesn't want to play. That's what it feels like. Like, for the one who doesn't have eyes for them, because she's looking off too. But she doesn't feel like she's feels like she's lacking anything. She, once again, look how peaceful this Queen of Swords looks. Yeah, so it's like somebody wants the one they can't have. That's what this feels like. And if you are that person, they may be making a move this month. Oh, hello, Solomon. Welcome. I was watching Solomon's channel earlier. If you guys have not checked him out, he was dropping some beautiful guidance and messages and knowledge this morning. Exactly. I ain't playing play to get back into this. So who just came out? The King of Swords. So we have a vibrational match in energy here. And he's just chilling too. I mean, look at these two. But what's funny here is, look. See how they're like, I guess we could put them like this and then they would be facing each other. But they feel like this to me. So I feel like what's been going on with this that I'm picking up on right now is like, there's all these people desiring and wishing for this person. He's got his eyes on somebody else, but she's not looking at him at all. And so what he's been doing is ignoring her too, or pretending that he doesn't feel his way about her, because his pride can't admit that to somebody who's not showing interest in him, because he's used to getting all the attention. And he doesn't know what to do with somebody who's not throwing that attention at him. But that is, of course, what attracts him to this person. Then we got the Eight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Yeah. So I feel like this person is going to perhaps come through and let this Queen of Swords know how they feel. They got each other's back. I like that. But it feels to me kind of like they're sizing each other up. Right? Like I finally met my match, kind of an energy. Clear. Anything else here? Four of Wands. Yeah, so there's I feel good energy from this connection, whatever it is, but it's I don't know, it's kind of a funny energy. I like it. I feel like interesting things could be developing for people throughout this month of October. And this is what we do, right? We focus on ourselves. We focus on our own healing. We focus on our own growth. We move out of the energy of feeling like we need someone to complete us. And that's when, ironically, because spirit's funny like that, right? Energy is funny like that. That's when that energy comes in. All right, you guys. Yeah, we're going to close with a Shaman's Dream Oracle. And we're going to, of course, do more energy reads as we continue to move through the month of October. I just wanted to kind of touch base about a lot of these energies, get connected with everyone. Clear today. I'm trying to figure out a schedule that allows for me to be on more often with you guys, and also just to get more videos done. It's hard because my son, his sleep schedule is always changing. Everything is always changing. So it's just constantly, I mean, so many of you have children on here, so you understand how it goes. Constantly having to prioritize and reprioritize and balance and rebalance. And, but we'll get it figured out. I like aloofness energy with the connection. Yep. Definitely that aloof energy. I'm going to start this all the way over. I've been waiting for this. You understand? Yes. All right. Ooh, boom. All right. Perfect. As we are in this full moon energy, as we are recording this today, Moon Maiden, new beginnings. Oh, and that was, that reminds me, something that I was getting ready to mention, but I like got distracted or something. Imagine that, right? With this Venus star point energy is at 29 degrees of Libra. When we have this star point activated, there is also a fixed star at 29 degrees of Libra. And I'm looking up the name of it again because I had never heard of it until I was reading this. Haumea. So the fixed star, or actually it's a dwarf planet. See, we're all learning on here together. This calls it a dwarf planet. Haumea is going to be conjunct Venus and the sun. during this Venus star point. And so this is a goddess energy as well, the Hawaiian goddess of birth. She's also a goddess of nature. She represents the natural world, which is really beautiful, right? Because Venus is a planet that represents, it is that earthy goddess energy. So there's a lot of that beautiful earth goddess energy. I was just reminded of that with this moon mated card, like that all the goddess energy coming through. Clock was on 3:03. Perfect. Hello, Heather. Welcome. Yeah, so these new beginnings are really powerful. And it's like this beautiful healing. As we are healing our divine masculine, we're also healing our divine feminine and the goddess within. We're really powerfully activating the goddess within this month as well. And that King of Queen of Swords could be seen as our own masculine and feminine energies. Where they have been maybe at odds, they're finally coming into, they're coming together. Stars in the sky, limitless possibility. Okay, I'm feeling a message coming in here. Let's see if we can get one more card for this. We got a 41 and a 51 here. Dream Thief, refusal of the call. Interesting. Okay, and that's feeling separate a little bit. Maybe they'll weave in together once we get going here. All right, so there are limitless possibilities. As far as the new beginnings that can be initiated, the possibilities are limitless. So don't limit your thinking. Don't limit your perception. Don't go into this energy of, I know exactly what's happening for me. I know exactly what's going to come to pass. I know exactly what my options are going to be, because you don't. There's more than you can see. There are so many possibilities for us as we are moving through. There are as many, spirits saying there are as many possibilities as there are stars in the sky. And we know there are an infinite number of stars in the sky, right? This new beginning that is being initiated for each and every single one of us, it's going to take us far beyond what we could ever have conceived for ourselves. We are a whole new person. It's like what some of us are doing we're trying to see our new life through old eyes. We're trying to see the new self through an old perception, and that just doesn't work. We have to allow everything to fully shift. That's that energy, that 10-10 energy, merging the self and the spirit, right? Coming to see ourselves through the eyes of our soul. We have to allow everything to be new because we're new. We have to allow our perception, our perspective to be new. We have to open up to the limitless possibilities for ourselves, because spirit, and this is two cards that represent the sky, right? The nighttime sky. We have the stars and the moon. So moon gazing, stargazing, really getting out in the starlight. You know how we talk about how the sun has healing rays and it's been delivering us light codes? The moon does too, the moonlight and the starlight, especially the starlight I'm feeling. That has downloads and light codes for us now, this month. We want to balance that solar energy with that lunar energy. There is so much that is shifting and changing on this planet, in the multiverse, right? As above, so below, as within, so without. I feel too like we are going to be receiving downloads. We are, especially in those nighttime hours, especially in that dream time, in that meditation time, when the moon is full, when the stars shine. We're going to be called in a specific direction. And that's what this energy is warning. Some will refuse the call. Some have refused the call, and that call is getting louder. I want to read the Dream Thief because it's interesting. The dream, once again, we're talking about the nighttime hours, right? We're talking about the hours when we are unconscious. The 13 is, of course, a number that we associate with the feminine, with the moon cycles. Also with mystical energies, right? Rejection of the path of fulfillment, refusal of the call. The dream thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. She wants to tell you your old stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you are reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story, of why you were wounded or when you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else? So this is once again releasing the attachment to the old, trying to understand the new you through the eyes of the old you. That's this energy right here. Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed, remembering that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass you've placed between you and the horizon? You can, and it's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the dream thief to sleep so you can wake up and move forward. You are so much more than you know. Now is the time to express what has lain dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. Right? It's kind of like the train's pulled away from the station. It's moving. You're already on it. So Spirit's saying, just get with the program, right? Now is not the time to dismount. You're on it. The train is going. Just go with it. And leave the past behind where it belongs. Exactly. The sky is not the limit. Exactly. Absolutely. What a journey it has been. Your name translates to rebirth of a star. Oh, that's so cool. That's a really cool name right there. That is a really cool translation. I love that. I love that. All right, you guys, I think that was a perfect closing card for us. All right. It's time to step into our heart space. It's time to step into the truth of who we are, to really embrace that, to not run from it anymore, to not hide from it, to not deny ourselves the experience of the beauty of who we are any longer. All right. To not shame ourselves, to not hide from ourselves, to really embrace who we are, embrace the vision that Spirit is giving us this month of who we are, of our splendor, and don't turn away from it, and don't talk yourself out of it, and don't deny it. Embrace that. Embrace the beauty that is you, and allow that beauty to shine. Shine like the beautiful, brilliant stars that you all are. All right, let's see. Allow the energies to upgrade the prescription of our old lenses. Boom. I love that analogy. Exactly. Hello, Sonali. I'm so glad you're here with us. Yes. I know the energy is so great. It's because we're all coming together. That's what creates it. That's what creates the energy. And there are light codes being transmitted throughout these lives. There is healing energy being transmitted for those who are open to receive it. There's a lot of reasons that we do these lives. Through all my videos, actually, those are being transmitted for those who wish to receive. But there's a special energy when it comes to the lives, because not only is the energy from myself, my guides, my angels, those benevolent beings who wish to channel those healing frequencies for you guys, but all of your energy and all of the energy of your star families and your angels and God, like it all comes together, and it's that much more powerful. I love you guys so much. You are so beautiful. I'm so glad that you could join me today. We're going to keep digging into these energies as we move through this month of October. So continue to stay tuned. Like I said, go ahead and connect on the Facebook group if some of you have that. If anybody has an idea of a better medium where we can connect to, I'm open to hearing more about that. I am very invested in continuing to nurture this tribe and to nurture the connection that we have. Even with all of the external things going on, you are all so near and dear to my heart. And it's just the energy of us coming together is so beautiful. And I want to make sure that we continue to facilitate that. So you guys are killing it. Let's keep moving forward. October is going to feel intense as all these planets turn direct. All right. And then we're going to get kind of thrown for a little bit of a tailspin when Mars goes retrograde. But I think this is going to be a really beautiful and beneficial retrograde. And I think that I see nothing but continued progress forward for all of us. All right. We're always learning. We're always growing. Each and every day that we wake up, we are more empowered than the day before. All right. We're more aware. We're more open. We're all more connected. And if we can just be that little bit more connected every day, that little bit more aware, I hesitate to use the word better, right? Because that's kind of like saying that we're not good enough already, but you guys know what I mean, right? Discord, I'll look into that. Voice channels where you can chat. All right, yeah, I'll look into that. That's interesting. Comment and remind me about that, Indigo Spirit, so I can remember to look into that. All right, you guys, I will talk to you all soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful week if I don't talk to you sooner. Blessings to you all. Love you all very much. Don't forget to hit that like button if you have not already. All right, bye, guys.